A gym leader's partner Pokemon is known to be from the same region, most of the time. But what if gym leaders had an ace from a completely different region? We start with the one and only Kanto Gym Leaders. Brock's new ace would be Knuckle Stack. I'm gonna try to keep game balancing in mind, so earlier leaders will need Pokemon about as strong as their originals. And Knuckle Stack's one of the rock types who'd work as a first gym leader ace. Misty's new ace would be Gorobus. Misty's the tomboyish mermaid, and so would have a mermaid ace. While Milotic is a bit too strong, Gorobus is closer to the level of Starmie. Lieutenant Surge's new ace would be Palmont. Lieutenant Surge does seem to be pretty fond of Raichu-like Pokemon, and being fighting type also fits with Surge's past in the army. Erica's new ace would be Lilligant. Erica's fond of pretty grass types, especially ones who learn Sleep Powder, and Lilligant is a very ladylike grass type to boot. Koga's new ace would be Toxicroak, a stealthy poison type who fights with swift and lethal blows like a ninja. Sabrina's new ace would be Behem. While Sabrina is pretty chill in the games, her more creepy characterization in the anime is her more iconic one, and so Behem, known to wipe memories whenever it suits them, would fit really well with a Sabrina who turns people into dolls. Blaine's new ace would be Talonflame. Blaine became a fire user after Moltres saved him from a snowy mountain, so another way to honor Moltres would be his new ace being Talonflame, another fire-flying bird Pokemon. Giovanni's new ace would be Crocodile, a ground dark type who literally has Crook in their name. Add in the Intimidate ability and you couldn't ask for a better fit. And for the Kanto section, we'll also count Janine and Blue, since they are Kanto Gym Leaders despite mainly being found in Johto games. Janine's new ace would be Drapion. Janine is kind of a dual poison bug specialist, and Drapion both kind of fits the ninja aesthetic and was once a bug type. And Blue's new ace would be Jolteon. Blue's not really a type specialist, but here's his yellow starter. Next is the underrated Johto Gym Leaders. Faulkner's new ace would be Corvisquire. Of all the early bird Pokemon, Corvisquire is the only mono flying type, so they're a natural choice for the first flying type gym leader. Bugsy's new ace would be Kricketune. As a bug catcher, it makes sense for him to have an early bug Pokemon. Kricketune has a similar fighting style to Scyther, but with moves like Sing. Whitney's new ace would be Lopunny. Whitney is the incredibly pretty girl who specializes in Attract, and so Lopunny is a natural fit as an incredibly pretty and wholesome Pokemon with the cute charm ability. Morty's new ace would be Dusknoir. Morty has spent his life training his powers to one day meet Ho-Oh, and so with Ho-Oh being known for reviving the legendary beasts, Morty might see Dusknoir being Pokemon's Grim Reaper as a subtle parallel. Chuck's new ace would be Throw. After all, in Gen 2, Chuck literally throws a boulder, and on top of that, Throw is a bit of a chunky king like Chuck. Jasmine's new ace would be Probopass. I'll keep in mind the lore that Jasmine used to be a rock type gym leader, and so I need a steel type who evolves from a rock type like Steelix, and so that's where Nosepass and Probopass come in. Price's new ace would be Beartic. Price is known as the teacher of winter's harshness, and what's a more harsh symbol of winter than a polar bear? And Claire's new ace would be Dragalge. Oh, just switch one dragon type seahorse for the other. But Dragalge does actually fit the aesthetic of Claire's team. Claire's gym team in Gen 4 has a bit of a blue sea monster theme, and of all non-pseudo-legendary dragons, I think Dragalge fits the most. Now for the 7 point out of 10 Hoenn Gym Leaders. Roxanne's new ace would be Ammonite. Roxanne's a very studious trainer who seems to have an affinity for fossils, and Ammonite is the fossil Pokemon, and I'm not talking about Lord Helix. Ammonite is based on Ammonoids, who are used as index fossils and to link rock layers with extinct species. Brawly's new ace would be Clobbopus, a fighting type who can swim well, allowing them to surf with Brawly. Watson's new ace would be Bellybolt. As an inventor, Watson is really into electric types with strange quirks, like Manectric's Lightning Rod increasing how often people call you, so he might take interest in Bellybolt and their Electromorphous ability. Flannery's new ace would be Pyroar. With Flannery desperately trying and failing to look confident, she might turn to Pyroar for their majesty and confidence. Norman's new ace would be Beware. Norman likes to train normal types with a lot of brute force, and Beware is literally a Pokemon who snaps people's spines on accident. Winona's new ace would be Bombardier, an elegant-looking flying type who can carry things as heavy as rocks. And Winona does seem like she does flight deliveries from time to time. Tate and Liza's new aces would be Reuniclus and Gothitelle. As twins, they should still have Pokemon who pair together, and Reuniclus and Gothitelle are often treated as version counterparts. Wallace's new ace would be Swanna. As a coordinator, Wallace would like a beautiful Pokemon like Swanna, going from an ugly duckling to a beautiful swan, much like Milotic. And Juan's new ace would be Lumineon, another beautiful Pokemon who's almost as forgettable as Juan himself. Next are the legendary Sinnoh Gym Leaders. Rourke's new ace would be Carkol. Carkol could easily help Rourke in his mines like they do in Galar. Yes, Carkol does have a higher base stat total than Cranidos, but they don't hit nearly as hard and have a 4 times weakness to boot. Gardenia's new ace would be Shiftry. Like Roserade, Shiftry has 2 pre-evolutions and evolves with a stone, and their dark typing could help Gardenia with a ghost she's afraid of. Fantina's new ace, yes, it's the Platinum Order, would be Gourgeist, an elegant ghost type who comes in different sizes. Perfect for a contest ace whose pumpkin body could have some spectacle. Maylene's new ace would be Hitmontop. Maylene is known as the barefoot fighting genius, so the Pokemon based on Capoeira would probably vibe with her. Crasher Wake's new ace would be Poliwrath. A water fighting type would be a natural fit for a wrestler like Wake, but Poliwrath is also a frog Pokemon, and Sinnoh's own frog Krogan is an important part of Pastoria's culture. Byron's new ace would be Excadrill, a defensive steel type who could help Byron mine ores in Iron Island. Plus, Excadrill's ground typing is good against Rourke's Carkol, but Carkol's fire typing is also good against Byron's Excadrill. Candace's new ace would be Frostmoth. Candace and Maylene have something of a friendly rivalry going on, and in Platinum, Candace's Froslass gives her a fighting immunity, and Frostmoth is similar since they take neutral fighting damage. And Volkner's new ace would be Kilowattrel. As he's into tech, Volkner may study Kilowattrel's wind power ability, studying it to use wind to gather more efficient and clean energy. And for today, we're ending with the fabulous Unova Gym Leaders. Silent, Chili, and Cress's new aces would be the Kanto starters. The triplets need a trio with similar stats like the Elemental Monkeys, and the only Pokemon with equal stats like that would be a starter trio. And I chose the Kanto starters due to Black and White being a soft reset. Lenora's new ace would be Diggersby. As an archaeologist, Lenora would like Pokemon who'd help her excavate, something Diggersby's ears are perfect for. Berg's new ace would be Spidops. As an artist, Berg would naturally be drawn to Pokemon like Spidops, with their web patterns being the perfect inspiration for Berg. Elisa's new ace would be Ampharos. Ampharos is a pretty mon who even gets luscious locks when they mega. Plus, she even has Fluffy in her Black 2 and White 2 gym team. Clay's new ace would be Rhydon. With Clay running a mining tunnel, a Pokemon with a drill is a perfect fit. On top of that, Rhydon is a fierce Pokemon who'd fit Clay's style. Skyla's new ace would be Staraptor, an elegant and fierce flyer who can help Skyla out when needed, such as carrying Pokemon off and onto Celestial Tower or carrying cargo. Bryson's new ace would be Weavile, a fast and sneaky ice type who fits a ninja like Bryson. Plus, weird fact, Bryson Man in Pokestar Studios is a dark psychic type, so a dark type like Weavile fits extra well because of that. Drayden and Iris's new ace would be Noivern. Their new ace does need to be one who isn't actually a pseudo-legend, and Noivern is a fearsome one with a high evolution level, implying that only the most truly skilled trainers can train one. Charon's new ace would be Munchlax. With a high HP stat, Munchlax would be perfect for training newbies, and being the slowest Pokemon gives trainers a chance to plan strategies. Roxy's new ace would be Grafaiai. Yes, Toxtricity would be perfect for a poison type rocker like Roxy, but Toxtricity is also a bit too strong, and Grafaiai is easier to balance. And it's not like Grafaiai doesn't fit the rocker theme, being the one who can design the art seen in Roxy's concerts. Finally, Marlin's new ace would be Lapras. Being a guy who loves the ocean, he'd probably love the surfing Pokemon, and so he'd enjoy swimming on or with Lapras. And there you have it, folks. Pokemon Gym Leaders if they had an ace from a different region. What do you think about the choices choices I made. Would you want to see a part 2 going from Kalos to Paldea? What new partner Pokemon would you give the gym leaders? Let me know in the comments below. And become a member if you're interested. It's only $2 a month. Have a nice day, you wonderful people.
Dang, I just remembered there's a cast form card with Charon in it.